I want to fix my life. I want to fix my life. No. I want to fix my life and find my voice. Right now, don't feel very good at all about my life experience. I'm broke. I'm not where I want to be, and I'm not really doing what I want to do. For that matter, I don't even know what exactly I want to do. I'm not doing completely nothing. I do have some aspirations to become a Muay Thai fighter, a professional Muay Thai fighter, and hopefully even, become a champion along the way, along the road. But, you know, I'm 35 years old and it's something that I'm just starting now, and I'm not really sure if I'll be able to, do it. I want to do it, but, I just have my doubts, and I think it's just also, my weak mindset and the depression and the state of my life right now and everything. And so part of the reason that I'm here in this situation is because I've been resistant as well. I don't want to follow the normal lifestyle, because I just think of it as like I want freedom. I want freedom. I don't want to feel like a slave, like especially with jobs. With jobs are one of my worst enemies. It's a tool. I'm learning that jobs can be useful and that they aren't necessarily the enemy. It all depends on how you use them, but in my experience overall, it's just been terrible because I've poured my heart and soul into them and gotten basically nothing in return, just being stuck in the same place. So at that point, I just wanted to do something for myself, right? And so that's because I worked a long time. I worked for multiple companies. I was a manager for a couple of years, and I did enjoy some of the aspects of my work, of my job, but at the end of the day, I just didn't have enough to support. Like the amount of money that these people were paying me versus the amount of money that was required just for me to live there just didn't add up. And I was even, ironically enough, this is so ironic. I was even more broke than what I am now, right? Because right now I'm living with my parents. I don't have a lot of money. I do things. I don't have my business. I do something on the side. Like, I guess you could call it. Yes, I do have a business, but it's not really like a professional thing. Something on the side I do. Doing maintenance work on houses, cutting grass and things like that. But ironically enough, I was more broke back then than what I am right now, because I just couldn't afford to live, and I was working full time. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford anything. I couldn't afford to live, and it was just I was felt so miserable and so horrible, and at one point the rent went up, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is not sustainable, and so I had to come back here with my parents, and I decided to do my own thing. I I try to open my own business. Not really a physical place. Again, I go to the places. I go and do maintenance work. I even have a brand for it. And but at one point, I also realized that it's not just having a business. It's what type of business and what you do, right? And because, for example, this type of work, I become a slave to it as well. Because in order to have a sustainable amount of money with this business, I have to do so much work. And I'm working by myself, granted, too. But if I wanted to incorporate, other employees, grow the business, it just becomes even more complicated, and it becomes even more demanding of my time. And that's cool and all if that's something that you really want to do and you really enjoy. But if this is something that you're doing to just get resources to be able to do the things that you want to do, you see a problem, then you won't really have time to do the things that you really want to do. And so I've been trying to just figure out this formula, right? This formula of finding a balance between what you want to do and make it and have it produce money, have it produce resources for you. Something that can be sustainable, right? And so it's tricky. It's tricky, right? Because again, you can open your own business, you become your own boss, but it depends on the type of business and what you really want to do, because you can become a slave to it, and then it becomes worse than a job, because now you have more to lose. Versus in a job, you can just quit and fuck this, I'm out. Versus owning or running a company, you have a lot of people that are counting on you, or have a lot of people that you're gonna be letting down, and it's hard, it's tough. And for me, that's why I started, this YouTube channel. It was one of the ways where I just wanted to experiment, find my voice, express myself, do something artistic, do something creative. But even then, like, I've struggled, I've been doing this now for a couple of years now. I don't know, I don't remember exactly how much, but it's been more than 5 years for sure now. It's been at least 6, 7 or 8 years now. And I've also made over 300 videos. I'm almost at the 400 mark, so I'm excited about that. But what I figured out is that part, if not the main reason why I don't really have much success here on YouTube, is because I'm not really, like, I don't have my voice yet. I've just been experimenting and seeing what works, seeing if it feels right for me too, because it's not just about making something that people like, but something that I enjoy, producing and making, because I'm investing a lot of time and resource in this. You guys don't see it, but behind the scenes, there's a lot that goes into each and every video. And I always wanted to do something, different, something more creative, something this. But at the same time, I've come across where you don't really want to do so many complicated things. You don't want to overcomplicate yourself, because then the content itself is going to suffer, unless it's something that you're doing and you're really taking your time to really, cure it and produce that much. But simplicity is also a good thing. It's not necessarily lazy. It's not necessarily like, cutting ways, cutting corners. It works too. Like, people just having a camera, they just put it and they're talking in their car for full 20 minutes. And that's their whole content. That's their whole YouTube channel. That's literally, they don't edit anything. They don't do anything special. They don't do really much work post, in editing. They don't really edit at all. And so, but there's a lot of people that have success. And even I consume some of those videos, and I enjoy those videos too. Like, you don't really have to do this super over the top, retention fucking video editing bullshit. No, bro, no. As long as you have something cool, I guess, and people resonate, then it's cool. But I think the main thing is that you really have to be resonating with it yourself. Like, you have to be resonating with your content yourself. Like, you have to be enjoying this shit. You have to be, like it's drugs. Like you have to do this. Like, you have to keep doing it, because it's like it's what you love to do. Or you just found a formula. You just found a way that got you success, and it's getting you the resources, and it's getting you the things that you want. Hence, you keep doing the thing, and you enjoy it, because what you're getting out of it and what you're able to do with what you're getting out of it. And so that's where I am at right now. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. I'm just been going in circles and circles and circles for years now, trying to figure out, experimenting different things, but at the end of the day, nothing has really stuck, nothing has really resonated. The last thing I was doing was the Forever World series, and I I fucked that up too. I accidentally ended up deleting the world by mistake because I had a bug when they were updating it, and I made a copy to make some experiments. And when I went to delete the copy, I ended up deleting the original world. And so I messed up. The copy didn't have anything of the things that I built, of the things that I did, the village and everything. It was just like the seed. And yeah. I started a new world. I started a new world to continue the series, but I've just been literally stuck in the house I did there. Just stuck in my Minecraft house world. My world in my stuck in my Minecraft house. That's crazy. Like it's just like here. Like I'm repeating the same thing. But I out of pure just desperation and just like I can't take it anymore. I can't take this pain. I can't take this depression, because it's not I'm not a lazy person. I'm not in this situation because I don't want to work, because I don't want to do things like I'm one of those people that you have to tell stop working, like I'm an obsessive worker. But the thing with me is that I also respect myself and I respect my time, and I don't want to just give it away for nothing. I want to be properly compensated for my time and the resources that I put in. And so that's why I'm very resistant towards jobs. But at the same time, it's hard. It's hard, It's hard if you're not really clear on what you want to do. If you're clear on what you want to do, then it's just put in the time and effort and work. Really, that's really it at the end of the day. But you really have to be clear about what you want to do and what you want. And so I'm not clear at all. Almost again, like I'm doing this Muay Thai thing because I feel like it's now or never, right? If I don't do this now, then I'm never gonna do it, and I'm gonna regret it for the rest of my life. But at the end of the day, what causes all the doubt with that is my state of being, my life, my economy, my like what am I gonna do with this other than just following this random urge that I have, or this dream that I have to do this, because I don't like I need to eat. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. I need to figure out how I'm gonna sustain myself, and also how I can able to follow this, because this dream costs money. That's the thing. It's not just doing it and showing up. This shit costs money. And if you don't have any money, how are you supposed to do this? So you see what I'm saying? Like it's not that simple of just being like, oh, just fucking show up to the gym and do it, bro. I have to show up with money. If I don't have any money, they're gonna kick my ass out. It's really that simple. They're gonna tell me get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that simple, and so it just causes me so much stress, and it puts me in like this paralyzed state. And right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm forcing myself out of that. I'm trying my best to just not fall into that again, not fall into that cycle again, and be paralyzed and not do nothing. And so I'm here to try and figure out what I want to do, right? With my life, in the sense of brand and how I'm gonna sustain myself, how I'm gonna make money, how can I make a company, how can I make a service or a product, something that resonates with me and also with others that can be successful. One of the things that I know I want to do is I want to keep making videos on YouTube. I want to keep making these things, and I also want to keep pursuing Muay Thai. I even thought about further along the line, I could become an instructor as well, and do something with that. Maybe if I could, I would have my own gym and things like that. But again, that's really like far off in the future. So I need to figure out something now that I can start doing now towards, so that I can head towards that, so I can see things that I can do later in the future if I follow this. But right now, I need to find a way to sustain myself and to, not feel like shit, because the gym I go in the afternoons, at almost nighttime. So in between, I need to figure out what I do to sustain myself and also to not feel like shit all the time. Because just doing Muay Thai is not enough. I want to do content. I want to do, again, like have this brand, have this thing going, right? And so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to force it. I'm gonna go here on my board and just write some things to figure out what we can do, what I can do for this channel and moving forwards. All right. So this is my board. This is something I got to help me just with my thoughts and help me get organized. Here I wrote a whole bunch of things, just trying to figure out some things I could do for the channel, but we're gonna start this exercise all together. Just feel it out. I also need to update this board because we're not in March anymore. It's March, so in Spanish, the leprechaun is gold. It's full of gold. Yeah, I'll take that. When you have that. Right. Right. That's good enough. Looking up there. Yeah. So I had something in mind and I forgot. One of the things I want to do to help me as well to figure out my voice and my channel is to fix my life, fix my situation, my overall life experience, right? So one of the first things that I want to do is to quit smoking cigarettes. That's the first thing I want us to do, is quit smoking cigarettes. It's really hard. I've already tried many times. I tried the first time I started my training. I was successful for a while and then I came right back. And I hope that this will help me as well to figure out, because every time I go to smoke a cigarette, I just feel horrible. It doesn't really help me. It's just like one of those things, one of those crutches where it's like I can't really let go of. Like I'm so dependent on it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really do any good, and I just want to get it out of my life completely. The other thing I want to do is really take control. Take control over my life and my just overall, emotions, state of being, discipline. Like if I want to do something, find a way to do it, not fall short, not let pressure, take the best of me, and just really try to take control. And it really starts with the basic things, like food. I want to start learning to cook more for myself, because the things that I eat is just, ready-made things. Usually I eat what my parents cook, and I want to, start to take control of that, start making my own diet, my own things, my own food, and I could even start making content about that. I've been resistant about that too, because that's the thing, like I'm not really like a foodie person, not really into food, but I guess I could be open to it, because all of these things are a way to, again, find my voice. So this is another thing that I want to do is, take control. The other, obviously, is, keep following my dreams. I'm just gonna put a side note. You know, the first one obviously is I really want to continue with my Muay Thai dream. I really want to continue with my training and become a professional. And again, see if I can become an instructor. I could even do, content with that, and maybe again even have my own gym or something related towards that. But I also want to start making my own brand before I get to that point, in order to just merge it all together, and just make a nice soup of goodness. So the other thing also is I will really want to elevate my YouTube career, or in other words, just my videos, my video making. It doesn't matter if YouTube is the platform, if I have to move to another platform. All I really care about is, the career of, creating. I want to make more videos. I want to create more content that I feel good about, that I feel, again, confident about, that I can resonate with, and that other people can resonate as well. I want to inspire other people. I want to help other people as well. And I just don't know what or how exactly to do this, Because talking about this, right, I've done already a couple of videos, and ironically, my most successful videos, so to speak, are the ones that I just didn't really follow up on. I didn't feel that good about. Like I did a Minecraft video a really long time ago about, being bored, and I did a new version of a challenge that I was doing. I curated it, and I just, perfected it. I did so many iterations of these challenge, and just like, it was a way to make Minecraft more interesting, to make it less boring. For me. And the first episode, I remember I did so much editing, I did so many, elements with the replay mod, and just the buildings themselves. I did a whole bunch of things, and the video actually, for my standards, again, my channel was one of my most successful videos that ended up getting like 600 views. And the other most successful video was a short, YouTube short I made of the game that I used to play mostly, Super Mega Champions. And it was just a random clip that I made a joke, really, that nobody really got. It was supposed to be made as a joke, but nobody really got the joke. And that short got a shit ton of views. It got more than 20,000 views. And that was really cool. And so, but again, I didn't really feel like good about it. I didn't really feel, it's not that I didn't feel good about it, it's more like I didn't feel like I had more to offer from that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, I just didn't feel like I wanted to keep making more of that. I didn't feel like, it just didn't resonate with me. Just like, it just didn't flow. It didn't flow, really. And so I want to figure out what I want to do with this, what type of content I want to evolve as well. Because the thing with gaming is, the gaming industry is really just in a bad place right now, and I don't want to focus my whole channel and identity in gaming, because I don't really game that much either nowadays. So I want to, side note, elevate / evolve my YouTube channel. And again, I still want to keep making most of the videos that I'm doing. Like, I'm not gonna stop making gaming videos. I still want to make those, but I also want to incorporate other things, other elements, other things, like, the Champion Road series, which again was an experiment. I don't really feel that resonant about it. It's very bare bones. It was very, I did the best I could with what I had, but I still want to work on that. I still want to keep making tweaks on it and see if I can do something with that as well, or even with this type of content. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I usually when I do a video, I want to make it as a series. I want to be able to keep producing more things of that. So this is new to me. I'm making this video randomly. I don't even know if I'm gonna make another one like this. So again, it's a way for me as well to, tell God, the universe, I'm open, life, I'm open, I'm here, I don't know if you've seen the series called Bleach. I resonate a lot with one of the characters called Genpachi. He is very similar to me in the sense that he didn't have his voice throughout the whole series. One of the things, like in the series, how the powers work, because it's an anime, there's powers and things, is that each character or, a certain group within the anime has a special power, but it's unique to them. It's like their voice, right? So they have a sword that they need to know the name of it. So they need to figure out the name and last name in order to fully master and, take a hold of its power and. But Kenpachi never really knew his sword's name. And he becomes one of the most OP characters in the series without even knowing his sword's name, without even getting to like the first level. Until later on in the series, spoilers, he actually ends up figuring out his voice. And so that's how I feel like. I feel like it's been so much time now, right? I'm 35 years old and I still don't know what exactly I want to do with my life. I still don't have my voice. I still don't know who I am. I still don't know what I am. And hopefully, through this process, I'll be able to figure that out and finally take control of my life and really surpass this depression. Because if not, I don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel if I can't really do this. So it's kind of like my last hope. And so yeah, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna start experimenting different things I can do here, different types of videos. Maybe even document this process of what I want to do. Take control of my life and start following my dreams. Making content. That I resonate with. That's pretty much at the end of the day. I need to figure out my formula, right? For this. And that will help me get to where I want to be and where I want to be. Let's see.